The Goodwood Revival is the most iconic historic motor racing event in the world.
70, 80,
It's
90.
also one of Bonhams' most important sales of the year.
8 is big and fast. 75.
Ultimately, Bonhams' job is to match buyers and sellers, so their approach to consigning cars to Revival is to make sure cars are found that cater for the taste of those attending the event and those reading the catalogue. At Revival, Bonhams can be tasked with selling some of the most valuable cars going to auction in any one year.
So my name's Ben Adams. I'm a junior specialist. I work with a team of around 10 other individuals consigning cars for the 8 or 9 sales that we have in the UK each year. So my job will range from going out and inspecting cars, meeting clients, valuing the vehicles, ideally getting them consigned into auction. We will be looking for any car that is in very, very good condition. It has great provenance. If it has history racing at Goodwood, that's perfect, but it's anything that really caters to the expectations and requirements of our global client base, but also the types of people that you get down at the Goodwood event itself. So the first thing we'll do is we'll go and see the car. 9 times out of 10 we'll go and inspect the car in person. Modern technology allows us to do it remotely, so just using smartphones, having photos sent through, photos of the logbook, the history file, you can actually do quite a good job through that process. There's quite a wide network of people that work with Bonhams. There's the permanent team that work out of Bond Street for the motorcar department. That's the UK team, but we have former Bonhams colleagues, we have consultants that we use, we have professional motoring journalists, everyone who can contribute in their own unique way to the knowledge on a particular car. So you will have an entry form. So the entry form is the contract to get a car into the sale. That allows you to detail everything about the car. The vendor has the opportunity to write about the history, the condition. We then use that form to go about the process of having it catalogued. So it will be a combination of the form and the history file. We'll collate all the information, send it off to a motoring journalist, a professional motoring journalist. They will then send us the text back for the catalogue. We'll have that approved by the vendor, and then that all goes online. Similarly, we'll have a professional motoring photographer go down and shoot the car, and then we'll run those photos by the vendor, make sure they're happy, and then put it online. The consigning process for any one sale can start 4 or 5 months before, but the catalogue will then ultimately go to print about 4 weeks before the sale, once we've closed for entries with the photos and text descriptions been done. The vendor of this BMW is selling 3 racing cars in total. They're all great Goodwood vehicles. They're attractively priced, they're accessible, so you could have a newcomer racer or a seasoned racer buying the car and campaigning it.
I hate selling cars and I love buying them, I've got about 15, 16 cars, and a number of them race cars. I found Bonhams extremely rigorous in all aspects. I mean, firstly in ascertaining the provenance of the car, making sure that I had created some fake out of nothing. You know, they were very thorough in that sense, which would give me confidence to buy from them in a future auction. And also they were rigorous in terms of deciding which auction. I originally felt that it would be better for the cars to go in the Festival of Speed, because that would give a buyer time to maybe get an entry for this year's Revival. Their advice was no, let's put it in the Revival where there's people seeing the racing going on, they're getting excited, you think, I'd like to be in that. And that might sort of raise them up, and I think that decision was absolutely right. The process was actually remarkably easy, and I guess the biggest thing was deciding what price to pitch the cars at. Ben gave me some good advice. There was another BMW TI in which on the surface of it seemed to have a better history, but not a better racing record. But we decided to go in under that at a relatively low reserve price, and that worked really well because we got really good money for the car. And Ben stood with me during the auction so we could make a decision on the two cars with their reserves if by any chance the bidding came close to the reserve. And it did come close to the reserve on the A-bar. And so we had to make a snap decision whether to take it or not, and we did. And the A35, which was the first Academy car, they have not been selling that well. And again, Ben decided, his advice to me was go in without a reserve, because sometimes that can really work. And it did. It went for way more than we'd hoped for. So I've never put cars in an auction before, so I really didn't know what to expect. And I think they really helped me set a bottom line. And actually, I was very pleasantly surprised. I had a target in my mind for the 3 cars, and we exceeded it.